What it do? You know what it is. No. Haven't did this in a second, right? Haven't went live with you guys in a second. And this is exactly what we're going to do today because the state of Xbox. State of Xbox. Let me get over here because I got to share this out. You know, right? Haven't went live with you guys in a. Oh, who's that in there? Tony was good. Tony said, "Oh dear, come on, man." Hold on. Let me see something. I gotta see if yeah. We about to talk about some stuff today. Hold on. Let me pull up the Discord because I'm gonna have people jump in if they want to talk today. You want to talk today? We're gonna talk today. Let me double check and see if this is popping good. You can jump in on King's Frontline Gamers. Now, let me just make sure that my audio is coming through good over there. Hold on. Let me pull this one up over here. Let me hear something. Popping good. You can jump in on King's Frontline Gamers. Now, let me just make sure. Yeah, it's just a lag, a little bit of lag. Give me a second. Coming through. Because once I switched over, put a thumbs up in the chat. Let me see if y'all, if I'm coming in clean over there. Let me hear something. I know it's double backing right now. You can jump in on. All right, there you go. All right, yeah, I heard it. All right, so I got a lot of PlayStation dudes that that cover. And listen, everybody share it out right now. I'm about to share it out. Everybody share it out. We're gonna get into the conversation because I'm gonna pull up some screens. I got screens to pull up because, like I said before, we got stuff to talk about. I've been watching people do some crazy stuff, boy. Uh-huh. Coco, don't come down here with your BS. All right, so I already tweeted it out. All right, everybody else tweet out. Everybody get in here. Because a lot of times, dudes think that it's doom and gloom, like a lot of times, right? And we're going to touch on a couple of topics. Come here. You come here. Come here. Come away from her. Sit over here. Those two can't ever hang out together. They always got issues. So check it out. I was at the link is in the Discord. If you're a PlayStation dude, excuse me, Xbox dude, or whatever, you want to jump in, jump in. Wasabi, what's good? $2 super chat. Salute you, King. Blessings. I really be wanting Eternal to jump in because Eternal is a hyper troll. And he's my hyper troll. I like him. I like him a lot. I like him a lot because he took over where Frank used to be. Frank just doesn't have the wherewithal. Hopefully everything is good with Frank. Hopefully, Frank, hopefully life is good with Frank. Because I tend to entertain the trolls. That's what my content is for. My content is for people to troll and like being trolled. I grew up on that. Weak bots. Listen. If you do jump in, like I said, the link is in the description. If you do jump in, I'm not disrespectful. You won't be disrespectful. I won't be disrespectful. But if you do have something to add to the conversation, then let it be that, right? Because a lot of times we go back and forth on Twitter, but nobody ever wants to have those conversations. Now, today, I have reached out to my guy King Thrash. I reached out to him, and I was going to be on the show, but I think he had some stuff going on with his family this weekend, so couldn't be on the show because somebody felt like they needed to demonetize his channel or actually wipe his channel out, nuke his channel from what I heard, nuke. My thing is, if you don't like my content, get the hell out of here. Go, right? You didn't like his content, go someplace, right? There's a lot of people content that I don't watch, but I'm not sitting there bothering them. I don't. There's like too many things in this world. What up, Twank? Welcome to Soldier Ass Rank. I salute you, Soldier. It's a video up that I just put up right now. It's a commemoration video for Forza Horizon. And it's something very poignant in the beginning that I put for all members, right? And it's something that I stand on, and it's something that members will know. So all members, it's something special in there that I put up. Because I told you I was putting that video up the other day, and I had it edited and ready to go. And I was just like, you know what? I'll drop it on Friday, yesterday. This whole week was NDA stuff. This whole week, I can say the publisher. The publisher is Microsoft. So when you saw me put up a picture the other day, and yeah, look at that picture, y'all understand the stuff that I was doing, right? And then what I did from that was I didn't get any sleep, so that's why you didn't see me stream for those 2 days. Didn't get any sleep. Got up, went to work, went straight to that thing. Was a whole day thing. Did a whole day thing at this situation, and I'm going to get more into that when we're able to talk about it. Tuesday, I can give you a hint. So Tuesday, look for my socials to know what it was, and I can give hints. I can't talk about it until a certain time, because if I say the time, then you're going to know what it is. But, you know, I got a chance to stream yesterday, but I didn't drop a video yesterday for you guys. And what I was going to do is after I dropped off my son, I said, I'm going to come back here and I was going to go live. But then I said, you know what? I don't want you to get tired, King. I want you to get the King that has time. And I got time today. Ooh, I got time today.
Hello, King.
Who's that? What's going on? Who's in there?
It's D in the chat.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. All right. We're going to talk about a couple of topics today, and I'm going to pull up one topic, and I want to get your thought process on said topic. And let me see.
First, I do appreciate the content you make.
Thank you. I feel that I try to make content for everybody to be a part of something. I want everybody to understand what gaming is actually about. Gaming is actually about bridging gaps. I met Asian friends by Asian's like a rug, right? I met Eastern friends by playing video games, and people from all walks of life from playing video games, from being in a competitive situation by playing video games. So I think video games is a conduit to bridging gaps where language sometimes is a barrier, and sometimes also I'm a big guy, right? So I'm not really approachable, and some people be like, oh, you walk with an angry face. No, that's a New York face. They'd be like, don't ask me a question face type of thing. But I'm a cool dude. I think I am. Right, for people that's friends. But let me show you what I'm talking about here. The first topic that I want to talk about, the PlayStation 4 generation isn't over quite yet, but it's finally getting close. And the reason why this topic is poignant, and I know y'all guys want me to talk about other things, and we're going to talk about those things. Those things is going to be something incredible to talk about. My question to you is, do you have a PlayStation 4? Do you use it?
Me?
Yeah, you yourself.
I I actually use a gaming PC. I switched from Xbox to PC last year, but I
Okay,
still play Xbox games on PC. And I
smart
have a
man.
Switch and my Switch collects dust.
So you're switching, but you don't have a PlayStation.
Last time I had a PlayStation is when the Switch came out, and I gave it to my brother.
Okay, all right. See, well, I've had PlayStation ever since PlayStation came out. I had PlayStation a year before the States had PlayStation because I had the Japanese version import. And I've been importing and playing PlayStation games since their inception. I would have got Nintendo PlayStation had they actually did the collaboration. I got the CDI collaboration with Nintendo. I have obscure consoles from all across the world, ranging from Apple's Pippin to this weird Mac thing that I had got. But I've always tried to game in different areas. And one thing is, I always like shiny new objects for cheap prices. But what I feel is the bigger problem, and what I'm trying to tell people, the last generation, the generation right before the generation we are at right now, is the generation that actually is holding us back and dragging us. And it's
I
really has a much to do with live service games. What are you going to say?
I have a hot take on that.
Yeah,
Is ever since I got the Series S when it first came out,
yeah,
I feel like this generation was was ruined by the support of Xbox One and PS4. And one thing I really hope Nintendo does is I hope it's me being selfish,
right.
but I really hope Nintendo cuts off Switch One at least at least a year.
Um,
No 2 year, no 3 year business. Because
right.
I hate this. I because anyone who's on a new on gets the new shiny console, you
You want new
you end
shiny
up
stuff.
you want new shiny stuff, and guess what? And and then all the developers they're wasting time optimizing the games for the old devices while the game runs like shit on, sorry for swearing,
Yeah,
but
thank you.
runs badly on the older consoles. All that time they could be optimizing it for the new consoles.
See, what we
So
did was every time we got a new generation, new hardware, new games. You couldn't play the old games. Then out comes Microsoft with this back compat stuff. Microsoft does back compat, and everybody like, oh my God, my 360 games, I can relive it. The reason why you had got back compat because Microsoft and the Xbox One started moving closer into the digital library. They understood that digital library was allowing you to get more money. They were getting more money because of digital, right? You didn't have to go to the manufacturing cost because if you really looked at it, Microsoft was the first ones to get out of, well, cut down on disc production and disc distribution because it was more advantageous for them to have digital. Sony understands that Nintendo is finally getting it. See, now, Nintendo's going to put out a $500 plus device, and that's with taxes or whatever. And that device it needs to be catered to the new experience. Now, I believe that you will get a game that will be able to be played on Switch 1 and Switch 2. And I believe that game is going to be run greatly on the Switch 2. But then I also believe that they're going to have Switch 2 only games. From the launch inception, you're going to see from the Mario game, from the Mario Kart, from the Metroid game, and from the Zelda game. Those games are going to be Switch 2 only. All right. And I believe that is very poignant in going forward. But if you looked at this generation, Xbox and PlayStation did the same thing. You had some PlayStation games that were PlayStation 5 only, like what was that? God something. That developer went out of business. But you had these games that were that generation or this generation centric. And what happened was those games didn't sell that much because the install base was low. So they relied heavily on keeping this new product going with old software. And that is what is going to keep us in the same perpetual loop because of live service games. The same way that you're able to play Fortnite on a PlayStation 4, you're on a Switch, You're going to do the same thing on a PlayStation 6, hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know what it is. This is Xbox Frontline News. If you thought it was going to be soft here for PlayStation dudes, that's not this place. If you want a
I do
nice...
have
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I do have to give Xbox credit on one thing.
Yeah.
When they cut off support for the Xbox One, at least they made it a cloud only. So anyone who is still on Xbox One, they can play the cloud version. But if you wanted to play the native version, you needed to buy the new hardware.
And I think that should be everybody. I think everybody should have a robust stream. See, they're uniquely positioned to have a robust streaming platform. With the Azure Cloud Service, they're uniquely positioned that way. PlayStation has cloud, but they have to go through a third-party device. They have to, get help, right? Nintendo definitely, completely, 100% needs help, right? They are, at least PlayStation is close enough. They don't have a ton of servers. They have some. Microsoft has strategically placed servers all across the world, but that's more to do with Satya's plan with AI and less to do with Xbox. See, Xbox is a beneficiary of Microsoft's ambition. Microsoft's larger ambition is to have a purely digital cloud-based streaming world. Xbox is positioned to utilize all those. So it's like having a parent that is absolutely fundamentally rich in sports medicine and you are an athlete. You don't have to pay for certain things that other people have to do. So at the same time, Microsoft is in this position to do this. They cut off this physical pipeline to get you more into digital, right? And now these live service games are eroding the buying power of now games. What I'm saying by that is you're seeing, now there's a core group of us that actually go out and buy games. Core group of us that do this. And internal, I'm going to get to your point where Game Pass actually eroded the Xbox's fan base. And to that point, I'm going to tell you that is poignant and is true. But let me get to this point that is a greater thing. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
What Eternal the gamer said in chat. The biggest thing with that is one thing about Square Enix, and I've said it to people before, is when you look at Sega and what they did with Yakuza and Persona, they took it from PlayStation only to put it in everywhere, and it's become bigger than ever. Square Enix actively killed Final Fantasy by not putting it on PC, by not putting it on Xbox, by not putting it on Nintendo Switch. And if it does sell poorly on Xbox, it's on Square Enix because they neglected that fan base. And how do you expect the fan base to buy the game when they don't want to give them an opportunity in the first place?
We'll get to that in a second. Hold on. We have Jeffrey Grandier with the $2 super chat. My toilet is an Xbox. Let's keep holding the line. Fantastic, Jeff. I do appreciate you sitting on your toilet bowl and feeling like it's an Xbox. Hopefully you wipe your butt with your PlayStation. Or maybe you wipe your hands and stick your fingers in your mouth because you a low IQ individual. But I do appreciate the super chat, and you're smart enough to super chat because knowing that if you put it in the chat, I wouldn't have saw it and wouldn't care. So at the same time, you're going to see live service games. What can I say? Erode the fundamentals when it comes to gaming purchases. If anybody sees. And I show you firsthand on Frontline Gaming streams. When we're streaming these games, we're playing these games. We're playing, let's say, Fortnite, Marvel Rivals, let's say Call of Duty or whatever. We could start a single player game, but then you get your friends in and you get in and start to have fun. Now you want to do a live service game. You play this live service game. You think you're only going to play the live service game for maybe 1 or 2 hours. No, that live service game goes on for a long period of time. And then after you do that, and after you buy a battle pass, and after you're having so much fun, the endorphin hook is so crazy that when you go to play something, because I went to go play Indiana Jones last night, I said, I got to get off this board and I have to go to the next level. It's too slow. It's too slow pace. And you find yourself saying, shoot, I need a caffeine boost. I need something, a boost to get me to focus. Your focus level is different. So this is the reason why live service games, and every developer wants a live service game, because the residual money and the ability to keep bringing you back is the hook. Now let me get to the Game Pass aspect of eroding. Cut it out, Bella. Eroding the fan base mentality on the Xbox. And I'm gonna tell you this is very true. When I pay for Game Pass, and I've always paid for Ultimate, right? I don't care about Core and other stuff. When they was changing, I didn't care, and I always knew that the price to value ratio will always be a great thing. Hold on, let me change to where the next topic was because we were going over to console wars are over and nobody really won. That's going to be the next topic. So what happens is when Game Pass came out, it was like, minor titles here, minor titles there, inside there, and we really didn't wasn't winning. We were fundamentally backing Game Pass with having probably one or two titles per year. Then they went and they got all these developers, and we were like, all right, cool, we're gonna start getting these games. We were still waiting for these games even up until last year. Now these games are starting to trickle in, but at the same time, what Microsoft was doing, it was going out giving bags of money to third-party developers, putting first-time titles inside Game Pass, giving you that value, or putting well-known titles inside Game Pass to give you that value. And that's when the Microsoft Game Pass bag was going around. And that's when you had people like Colin and other people telling you that Game Pass couldn't be sustained in its current form. And I totally agree. In that form, in that business model where you're paying to have somebody put their game on your platform, not knowing if it's going to sell on your platform to get you back that residual, that return off investment, or the man watch hours that you will get out of that game will be enough for your platform to sustain itself or actually achieve growth. Is it a title in there that is outside in the wild that can actually make growth inside your platform? When they were going to either shit or get off the pot, for lack of a better word, on Game Pass, invest. All right, Jeffrey Grandiev with the $2 super chat. Sega equals Xbox. We buy games, not like cheap pass. Okay, so this is where your smooth brain doesn't really work. Games inside Game Pass give you a discount and you can purchase the game, right? It's the same way of when you go to a buffet, before you leave, you can buy a meal and take it home with you, right? So what you actually did was sample the food. Game Pass is more like a sampler. Now, I understand somebody who has probably not a good financial stable life that you can't maintain a subscription service. So I know that's kind of put offish for you. And I know sometimes maybe you on your cousin's Netflix, and when you go to turn on Netflix, it doesn't work because you never gave him money to help him pay the bill anyway. So maybe you get your life a little bit stable and you don't have to go pick up your games from GameStop. Maybe, right? I don't think you're a day one dude anyway, so I guess me talking to you is because you would be probably doing a bigger super chat. But thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you. All right, Blue member for 6 months. B-Law member for 6 months. Soldier S rank. I salute you, Soldier. Game Pass is my only Xbox value proposition, and this is true. And the reason why now it's a greater proposition and they're giving out less bags is because they went and got 36 studios. Out of these 36 studios, games are going to be coming at a cadence as you see it right now. You see Indiana Jones, you see Avowed, you see South of Midnight, you see Doom, you see all these games, and they're starting to hit a cadence that now we got to go get money. Go ahead.
So here's the thing. Game Pass has like amazing value, and like I'm Canadian, so if anyone knows if anyone knows anything, anyone living outside America always pays more. So a full price next gen game is $70 US. In Canada, it's about $90 before taxes, so that's $102.
My God.
So like so so if someone on say on Xbox or whatever wants to buy doesn't want Game Pass and is gonna buy all the games full price, you can buy 7 games, and that's like you're paying well over 700 for just 7 games.
That's a whole new console. And financially, right now, sometimes people aren't able to do that. By the way, if you're in the chat and you want to jump in here, you want to have part of the conversation, you want to jump in part of the conversation, come and jump inside, have part of the conversation. Jump inside, have Eternal, get your behind in here. You're doing a lot of chit chat over there. Why don't you get your butt in here and have a lot of chit chat? I want to have your chit chat. But maybe Eternal's a woman. I for a long suspected this. I long suspected Eternal and Frank is a woman. And you don't want to be ridiculed. Why would you be ridiculed? Or maybe you don't want them actually fanboying over you because you're a woman. Because you know that's exactly what majority of our groups do, right? They turn you into a waifu, right? Now you're not internal no more. You're just eternal, right? Maybe that's it, right? I don't know. Maybe that's why you haven't jumped in yet. But all right, so the console wars are absolutely over. And nobody really won. I don't think this piece in Kotaku is real. Because I'm going to tell you, the console wars are over in the sense that Nintendo been bowed out and moved over to the left. What's going on? Now, me trying to read sometimes with this right there, Pat, man, got on my shades. I don't have on my glasses, which are here. All right. I don't believe this to be real. I believe Nintendo got out of the console wars, and by them getting out of the power spec, that made them better. Sometimes you can't do exactly what the next guy does because the next guy is still going to beat you. Ever since the PlayStation came out, they've been on Nintendo's head top. And, you know, we heard from Shohei that they was almost out of there. And them TVs saved them. Now, thank God the TVs did save them because we wouldn't have got the great stuff. You know, listen, I'm a huge David Jaffe fan. And anytime anybody sees God of War, that God of War is not my God of War. The God of War that you're seeing right there, no, that is just not my character. I don't care for that. I don't care for an aged out character. I care for
The soft,
yeah.
the soft, the soft Kratos that want that that won't. He's the new Kratos.
The
He
reluctant
sucks.
fire, the reluctant fire, the fighter. Who's that? Who's in there? Talk to me.
Nice up the realm. What's up, man?
What's going on?
I,
All right,
You
all
said
right,
jump in and talk about what you guys talking about right now, man.
all right. So what we're talking about the console wars are over and nobody really won.
actually,
Yeah, I think
Nintendo won.
I think Xbox won though, because they're gonna make a lot of profit off of these games that's going to PlayStation.
But what does that do for us?
To
That
be honest,
yeah. See. We could say these and let's all understand that what we are. We're consumers, right? And as a consumer, when you go inside the store, you're trying to get value for your dollar. And value for your dollar tells you want to get the most out of wherever you go to pay the least. When you go to the supermarket nowadays, and that supermarket, you walk out with 3-4 things in your cart and it's over $100 and something. Do you remember the time when you can go in there in the supermarket and walk out with a bunch of stuff for $100 and something? You remember that?
yeah, remember that?
Mm.
All right. So what I'm saying is right now, I don't believe none of us won, especially this generation more so than any. Last generation, this generation, I don't think they even started cooking and they're talking about next consoles. I don't care what each corporation has garnered as a consumer of a product that I've purchased. I don't think I've wrangled enough out of this console in order to say I'm satisfied and ready to move on. With them talking about we're right there. So as far as the console wars is over and nobody really won, I believe the corporations as a whole won. I believe the players and the gamers like myself have not benefited the way that we expected this generation, the way that they was talking about it going into this generation. Going into this generation, they was talking about ray tracing and SSDs and Veloxury architecture and, you know, all these other things. But none of those really panned out to the way that I felt that it mattered to me. And the only thing that matters to me is the PlayStation Plus, because I'm a member of that. Xbox Game Pass, and I'm a member of that Nintendo whatever little service that they got going on.
An online service thing?
Yeah.
Oh, Nintendo Online. That's fun, peer to peer.
Right, but I get games. They got their little game thing popping off over there.
Xbox. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
The games that they send over the PlayStation,
Right,
I never really played them, so I never really think too twice about them. The
right,
games I did play though was Gears of War, Halo, Fable. You know what I mean?
right,
Those are the games I grew up with.
right,
When I got my first 360 back in the day, I went to my own board first, and his uncle was playing Gears of War 2 split screen. I was like, "Yo, bro, what is this?" So that was my first introduction to Gears of War was 2. So you got to go back and get 1, then I get 2, then I got 3. You feel me? That was it. But the thing with Xbox, what I don't like is they see that PlayStation is hogging these games. They're doing shady deals,
right.
and yet you're still gonna put your game over there. You still wanna play sweet with them while they do dirty stuff behind your back.
I'm glad you said something about Gears of War, because that was our next topic, and about the Gears of War collection reportedly ready to launch on the PlayStation 5. All right, so
There's
them.
You know what I realized? Well, I don't mean to cut you off, but
Go
I
ahead.
want to say one more thing. You know what I realized too? I don't see a lot of people talking about it too. Is like, do you realize like every PlayStation YouTuber, they always have an Xbox Insider?
Yeah,
But where's the PlayStation Insider at?
there
Where's,
is
where's,
no
where's
there
that?
there is no PlayStation Insider at the moment. You know, listen, they will tell you about hardware coming out. The PlayStation Insider will tell you about numbers, but the PlayStation Insider can't tell you about the games. They only get information when games is actually coming out. The thing I think is Microsoft is a larger corporation, and then you have people that are inside the company that don't necessarily work in this department, but do have somebody that's working inside the department. So that's how you can get a leaker. You can get somebody that's adjacent inside that building, and
Yeah.
oh, yo, I know about this, and oh, did you hear that this is working with this? And not necessarily an insider, but we do have enough people that are YouTubers. Their whole job is that. All right, now somebody had accused me of engagement farming on Twitter. I don't get paid from Twitter, but if somebody is getting paid from Twitter, please let me know so I can know how to do it, so I can just do it too. But at the end of the day, I'm on Twitter just to have issues and giggles. I like to have fun. I like to
Yeah,
troll
I've seen
people.
what's going on Twitter lately. These guys are
Right.
clowns, man.
No, but see,
Yeah, but-
you're supposed to be, right? I mean, listen, you can dish it out. You got to be able to take it. When it comes your way, you got to be able to take it. Now, this is the reason why I don't make content targeting
Oh my-
people,
They're glitching like that.
right? You will never see me make content disrespecting somebody. And I feel that
It's not professional like that.
it will come back to you. You understand? Because every dog has his day, and sometimes dogs get two. So be careful with that. And also, I don't like that type of energy, because what I'm trying to produce is togetherness. We got one more that popped in here. Who's that popped in? Hello?
Yeah, I'm
Kick it.
listening, bro.
No, guys. Somebody else popped in. I'm waiting for him to talk. This mic is muted. Anyway, so you got to understand, Microsoft sees that there's a demographic in this digital age. Wherever you make your bet, you pretty much is going to stay there, right? You're not going to really jump off someplace else. You're going to pretty much stay there. So PlayStation was smart when they launched the PlayStation 4 and 5 in the regions that they did. They established the pipeline. They established the cadence. Jim did a smart job, and I'm not even going to hold him to it, because what he did was he killed off Japan.
PlayStation.
Good. Because if you don't, it doesn't make any sense. You're not a gamer. I have everything. Every damn thing
Only,
that you can
only I
game
got
on,
right now
you have it.
Nintendo, but because I didn't want a
Nah, I got
Nintendo,
that.
but
I got that. See, because I can't have something come out for Nintendo that I want. I was just playing Mario Wonder the
I
other
only
day.
play Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, but there's no good Pokemon game for me, so I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not
Wait,
a huge Pokemon fan.
but you really but here's the thing. I don't expect much from Game Freak. The next Pokemon game will probably run at 15 FPS anyways.
Well,
Yeah,
if it runs at 15 FPS, it's going to run at 60 FPS on the Switch too. You're going to have to show value for your dollar. And I believe that the Switch 2 is going to give that price. You're going to
but you
see
know
the
what
value.
Xbox? You know why Xbox lost the console sales shit? Because they didn't market the system right, especially with all the features that the Xbox Series X have. They didn't market it right. The
Okay, so
PlayStation, the PlayStation 5 right now
you,
have less features than the PS4.
yeah, but you think that the Xbox lost the market share this generation. That's not true.
No, 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 no.
When they
I'm on
lost,
console, not the console sale. The console sale,
oh,
like
well,
first console sale.
console sales is not neither here nor there. That's, and I from what I told you before, live service games is eroding that aspect of it. And I'm going to get into why sometimes sales aren't indicative of a healthy console, right? Because these console manufacturers do not get in the business to tell you consoles. That used to be the conduit to get you games. What they want is to get you software. That's where they make their money. That's why you can see a number like, oh, Microsoft getting 70% of a sale and PlayStation getting 30%. These numbers, those percentages is so large and so vast is because that's where the money is at. So when you sell a console and you say Microsoft gets 10% of that console sale, that's not as smart as getting 70% or 100% off of software, right? So
You understand that?
Yeah.
yeah, so hardware used to be the metric in getting to that. But before we get past that part, let me explain. PlayStation launched in regions all across the world, established a beachhead in all these places. There were places that did not get an Xbox for over a year. What do you think happens when everybody in that region has access to a PlayStation? They buy it,
Hey,
right? They
hey,
save
King,
up.
what's going on, man?
What's going on, brother? They
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
they
What's
buy
up?
it. So if Xbox isn't there, they can't buy it. So it more or less, it wasn't, branding plays a large part. Strategically, they just messed up. Their pipelines, listen, my thing is, anytime you're doing something, I want to be where the competition is. When I told Iron Lords we got to be at every show, why we got to be at every show? Because these dudes aren't there. That's why we got to be there. So when you see us at a PAX, or you see us at a this, or you see us at a that, and you see these other guys sitting in the house waiting for information to come to them, well, what's going on over there? And then you see us with an interview, one or two things is going to happen. Either you got to source us, or you got to recognize us as a real threat. PlayStation was everywhere. Xbox, it was no reason in this world that one of the richest corporations in the world did not make sure that Xbox was everywhere. But Xbox wasn't their priority then. Satya
But
wasn't
King,
in
check this out.
position. Now he is. But go ahead, talk to me.
Quick, check this out. Check this out. And first off, man, I appreciate you letting me hop on, man. This is B. Lou for the record, man.
Oh, B. Lou, what's good, man? Blessings.
Yeah, blessings, man. My Discord is Hollywood Code.
Oh, that's what's
But
up.
yeah. So the thing is, Mike, we keep forgetting this. Microsoft was never a hardware company in the first place.
Facts.
Microsoft always wanted to sell us software. They
Exactly.
always wanted to do this. So now when you hear Phil, like everybody think it's so outlandish that Phil is saying what he's saying, but he said this, bro. If you listen, they've been saying this nonsense.
Right.
I ain't gonna say it's nonsense, but it makes sense because they always wanted to just sell everyone software, but now it's being more beneficial to the palate. everybody in the industry can palette other games from other companies being on other systems now. The landscape is changing. It's totally changing.
Well,
and people are watching it.
as a
Can I
tech,
add on?
yeah, go ahead, go for it. Say something.
So, right now, I think PlayStation is gonna have the biggest issue going forward because the Xbox, they already have games in the top 15 on PlayStation every month, and they have top sellers on PlayStation every year. How does PlayStation match the release flow with Xbox teams?
They don't
They're
have to
they're
match the release flow, and they won't match the release flow.
they won't. But the thing is, if PlayStation barely makes games and their games don't sell, and only Xbox and third-party games sell, at some point, Sony will have to stop making a PlayStation because they can't sell software.
Well, okay, let me address that there. Now the thing about it is this: when Xbox got ABK, even before that, when they got ZeniMax, they were teetering on the edge of just placing all those. This is when they was still on that exclusive stuff, and it was gonna just place all that stuff inside Game Pass to make sure that they save more money by buying ZeniMax and putting those games inside Game Pass and raising the bolster of the Game Pass, because it was still on the mentality of ours exclusives versus yours. Now, when you get ABK, this falls into their lap. Phil sees an opportunity to go for it. He pitches it to Satya because he understands where they are as a company. The moment you get ABK, you're no longer, that strategy that you had there is not going to work out for you, because the games that you're going to be putting inside Game Pass, you will not grow Game Pass as fast as you need it to grow. Right now, you need it to be at 100 million. You're at 40 something million. Right now, you're short by like 57, right? You're short 57 million. So you need it to be at a high enough level in order to show that growth. Now, PlayStation has a fan base that's there. Now, maybe realistically, not one game is going to sell 80 million, right? Let's be realistic. Not 1% is going to run out there and say, oh my God, everybody a 1-to-1 ratio. It's not going to happen. I mean, 100%. It's not going to happen. But what you can do is you can place games in this place to get a fan base that you would not get. There's people in Europe that won't ever buy an Xbox because everybody in their town, their village, and their school are playing on their PlayStations, right? So if that is the thing that is marketed in your area, that is the thing that is shown, then that's the thing that you're going to buy. Now, we have to put the games over there to subsidize the loss that's inside Game Pass. To subsidize the losses inside Game Pass for that 50 million that is not there, that we need 50 million more people, then we're going to have to do what we got to do. We got to do something strange to get this change, because you done put up 100 billion.
Then I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
we all know why they did that.
Right.
The reason why these games are going on the platform, so the FTC.
Well,
Remember,
that's part of it, but the
all
hard
these games going to PlayStation.
no the hard earned thought, the hard process to that is the fact of the matter is the FTC can say whatever the hell they want to do. Microsoft can keep them in litigation for years to fight that. Oh, I'm not going to put nothing over there. No, that experiment with them damn 4 games, that experiment told you straight up, and it wasn't no experiment, because the moment that they got ABK, what that was lube, right? Those 4 games was lube. That's what that was, because they knew as soon as they got ABK, yeah, this is a fact. Because those
That's funny as hell, man.
once they got ABK, you are not putting all those games inside Game Pass. You got 36 studios. It's going to be a time where, and y'all gonna see it very soon, because I've seen some stuff where every 2 months they're dropping a game. PlayStation's telling you they're falling back to dropping 2 AAA titles a year. You're telling me in a 12-month span, Xbox is going to drop 4 AAA titles and maybe a couple of other live service games that they got to keep up with? So you think that's going to be substantiated and subsidized by Game Pass, and it's not at 100 million, that's not going to work. That's not going to happen. So now you're going to have to look at older stuff and newer stuff that you got coming out to go to a place where that dude told you he's cutting back. He's not feeding his fan base. I'm going to go feed him. I'm going to go get that 70%. Now you go over there to get that 70%. Now it's starting to look like, okay, this kind of makes sense. But what does that do to the hardware proposition on Xbox? That's the fear with every Xbox fan that's out here. Half y'all guys don't give a damn if those games go over there. Y'all care if they do have hardware. That's the fear.
King,
Yes.
King, this is the thing, sir.
Talk to me.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. They don't care. Like, this is the thing. And I think that they're gonna release, like you said, for the future. I understand
Right.
people are like, well, in the future, will we have Xboxes? I think we'll have Xboxes for as long as we have good Xbox, an ecosystem that they're cultivating through all the other systems.
Right.
Like, as long as they got games that are selling crazy, they're gonna provide a way for people to play them on a hardware as well. If the games don't sell, then there's no reason to do that. But while the games are selling, they need to provide somewhere for people to play it on their own system. They're gonna keep doing that. Like,
Yes.
but that's not their main priority though. The games being sold is the driver for that. It's not the opposite way. It's been in the opposite way for the whole, like, all generations of consoles of video gaming before. But
Facts.
now the shit has flipped. It's flipped.
Yeah. Now let me tell you something.
And now Xbox on top.
What's gonna happen when you get that Xbox game over on PlayStation and it doesn't have quick resume? It doesn't have
Exactly.
It doesn't
I'm
have
talking.
all
There
those
you go.
quality of life things that is
There you go.
inside Xbox. It don't have smart delivery. It doesn't have this. It doesn't have that. You see, it's things that the PlayStation hardware cannot offer the Xbox consumer. But if you're ignorant, and it's only ignorance. And ignorance is not knowing. I'm not calling you stupid. Not y'all guys. I'm not calling the fan base stupid. But if you're ignorant to not knowing what is good, because it's a game changer when you get over it and you see it, you're like, what the hell? Even on a Series S, you're like, oh, this little boy got moves. He got moves. I could jump in and jump out. I could do this. I could do that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like, the features of the Xbox, if Xbox didn't give it a proper introduction, and people on the YouTube didn't give it the proper praise, Xbox would have been in a lot of better positions.
Yeah, and I agree with you. But the thing is, trying to explain something that is kind of unexplainable. It's like, I tell people, because people try to go at me when talking about my PlayStation 5 Pro. Oh, I don't know what you brought that for. Well, first of all, don't worry about my wallet. Second, I know what I brought it for. I have the television that is necessary for it. I have the complete setup that is necessary for it. And I understand what I got it for. I got it for the extra frames per second. I got it for I felt the PlayStation 5 base was adequate, but it was lacking. And this thing, I like new tech. I don't give a damn. And I got it.
But the funny part about that is the PlayStation 5 Pro won't stop a Rockstar launching GTA 6 at 30 FPS.
No, it won't. And I don't think that's the plan. See, what we have to do is stop listening to the talking heads telling you crap that's not true. Right? Oh, it's gonna run, it's gonna be the best place to play it, and this. All right, listen, okay. What you're trying to do is sell me on your cult to get inside your cult. Cool. I understand that. I understand people got to make money on the internet. I'm on the internet right now, right? So me doing this right now, I'm not doing this just for shits and gigs. I don't care. I'm doing it, because, hey, I get bread for pushing my brand to put me in places so y'all can see when I record something, just because let's say you couldn't do that. Let's say you couldn't get to one of these shows. You hit me up, yo, King, I want to know more about this game. I'm there. This show pays for me to get there. I get there, I record that information, I talk to that developer, I put up that video for those individuals that can't make it to where I'm going to go to. And that's what it's all about. This is why I champion every show like the Gamer Circle podcast, Mr. Boomstick XL, like a ton of these podcasts that go to the places. If you're going to the places for your fan base, perfect. If you're sitting at home getting clips off of the internet, see, it doesn't take nothing to get information off the internet, regurgitate it, and put it out. But if you're going to these places and you're showing and you interacting with people, not too many people is telling people jump in a Discord and have a conversation. I want a conversation. I want us to bring us closer. That's what I'm championing.
You can't even talk to people in their Discord. You think
What they want to see, they want a war. There's no war with consumers. We all want the same thing we want when we walk in the store. We want the best for less. Anybody telling you anything other than that is a damn liar. All right? I want the best for less. That's why emulation came out. I'm going to emulate the game. I remember when I got robbed off of a game. I brought Night Trap. I said it the other day. I brought Night Trap for my Sega CD. This is when that started. This is when I got that little black book, and I just said, you know what? I'm burning these games. It's over. Got Night Trap for the Sega CD. I got home, thought it was trash. Hated it. It was Sewer Shark. It wasn't Night Trap. It was Sewer Shark. It was Sewer Shark. I took it right back.
And
I
like that game.
You like? I hated that game. Yo, so I take it.
I never played that game.
3-9er.
Yeah.
6-3.
It was yes, garbage. Yo, so I take it back to the store and I paid $79. All right? Paid $79. Mr. Lee gave me $25. I brought another game. It probably was Eternal Champion CD.
The GameStop, you brought it to GameStop?
Nah, my boy. I would go to import stores and stuff like that. So we would get games early. Mr. Lee was no joke. He kind of
Eternal Champions, another gym.
Yeah, So I got Eternal Champions. I love that. So I go to my boy Jose house, right? Now I took my money and went over there. We got one more to jump in. I go over to my boy Jose house. What's going on? All right. So and we playing over there. My boy Rick called and said, "Yo, I'm coming through. Meet me at Mr. Lee." All right. Why when I get over there to Mr. Lee, the game that I just sold him, that he sold for me for $79, is with the used sticker for $69. I said, okay. I'm not playing fair no more. This is now I gotta play dirty. I'm burning everything. That's when I was out there burning them. Me and Mr. Lord Sovereign. I was gonna say his real name. Lord Sovereign was notorious. And I was working at a store selling Super Nintendo emulators. I was out of control. I was working in a store selling games, selling emulators. Anyway, with 600 games, buying from me with 600 games. I was crazy. I was at Penguin Village doing that. Yeah, but we are consumers, bro. And we're going to consume and we're going to act like this is we want to pay more. Hell no. I don't ever believe in that crap when people tell you, oh, we got to support the dev. First of all, the dev is working for that company. The company pays the dev. The money that we send them. Yeah, it's not like that. But you see, listen.
Or my habit.
Look at the exactly. You're a junkie. Support your habit. Support your habit.
But it's not my job. It's not my job to tell a company how to run their company.
But these dudes do it all the day. They do it every day.
It's the most ridiculous notion, though. I got into it with somebody on Twitter the other day. I said, well, this is my question. Is it my job as a consumer to get more that I want to pay for and support my family, or is it for my job to help the company that's selling me something?
Listen,
bro,
Game Pass came out. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, when they say they first party games is going, I think I probably yelled the loudest in the damn building because
me too.
My son is on my Game Pass. My pops hit me up and was like, what Dante want? Because he celebrate Christmas. What Dante want for Christmas and his birthday? I said, just send me money for what? I said for games. So he's like, all right, I paid for his Game Pass. That's it. We paying for the Game Pass for the next 2 years. It's good money.
Oh,
So
I want to add on
we're
to
not
the
worried
Game
about
Pass
that.
thing.
Go ahead, because we're going to get into
Yeah.
the
Oh, you a Game
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Pass, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing
Sorry, buddy.
Hold on,
since the
one at a
ABC
time. One at a time. Let's let Dave go. Yeah.
since the ABK deal closed and stuff,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that WoW hasn't become part of Game Pass. That would greatly boost the Game Pass.
That will
numbers.
raise the price of Game Pass. WoW is $20 a damn month, and if you're going to throw it inside Game Pass, you're going to try to jack that thing up. Now, I would say throw the vanilla version of WoW inside Game Pass and give an upward pathway if you have Game Pass to get WoW at a discounted price, maybe $12. But I don't think they want to take the cut off of that and put it there. I think we saw something that was indicating maybe at this show we might get that, because I've been on Phil Headtop Pause for a minute talking about that. I needed that game back. If you want to see me know life a game and that my gamer score never move, and I don't care what they drop in there, they put that thing back in my life, it's pretty much a wrap. But the PlayStation boss says good old fashioned consoles like the PlayStation 5 is their priority. But as PC gaming grows, Sony also wants to reach players elsewhere. And with that being said, I showed you the other day, there was an initiative over at Sony that they were trying to, well, not trying, they set the patent forward to be able to friend request a person on another console or another platform.
Really?
That is a game changer. Could you imagine, and this, keep this in mind, they know the Xbox games is coming over, because if you don't think these dudes talk you crazy, but they know Xbox games is coming over. Could you imagine Killer Instinct on PlayStation? I know that probably set a lot of people on fire right now. Me saying Killer Instinct, like y'all playing it right now, like y'all playing it, right? Like, get out of here. Anyway, so imagine your friend on PlayStation sends you a fight request on Killer Instinct from his PlayStation.
Nice.
That sounds
It's the
good.
same thing like Call of Duty. When you play Call of Duty Crash, whatever crossplay,
Right.
you can send a friend request to PlayStation on that.
See, I'm not even gonna sit here and hold you and act like I knew that. Because my behind that the
It's the
time
same thing. It's the same thing like that. Or they're doing it. They're going to make you do it from from the actual platform, from home base.
from the actual platform, bro.
from a game.
PlayStation. No, from PlayStation.
Oh,
Right.
that's better then.
So the reason,
So it's like that kind of on
Yeah.
Cap with Street Fighter 6, but
Yeah,
it's only
same
for
thing, yeah.
CFN. It's
See-
only for CFN, not for like your Xbox, like your gamer
Okay.
tag.
and that's
on Call of Duty.
that's
on Call of Duty,
where they're changing it. That part. Like, so
Okay.
so now you'll be on your Steam and you get a friend request or a friend invite from somebody
Okay.
on PlayStation.
That's
Once-
fire because it's so
Yeah, that's
confusing on
fire.
CFN.
That's-
CFN
that's
trying to
fire.
get your messages, your CFN messages from your
Word.
gamer tag message.
But
It's confusing. It's confusing.
but
on Xbox, when you go request a friend from Call of Duty,
yeah.
all you gotta do is click on their name and you just send them a friend request.
All right, so Papa Homegrown with the $5 super chat. Killer Instinct is evil this year. See, and I'm not letting no cats out the bag. I'm not no insider. The fact that Killer Instinct, and it was a reason why I said Killer Instinct, and he picked up on it, bless you. The reason why Killer Instinct is being an Evo made me raise my... Turn it down, man. The reason it made me, I was like, what the hell? Who the hell is that? It sounded like somebody was breaking in my house. I'm like, what?
Grab the strap.
That one is back there. If you would have saw me dash that way, then you understand something happened. It's right through that way, son. They'll figure it out, or they're gonna catch a shake weight to the face.
You're saying the reason?
So the reason why I'm believing that thing is happening a whole lot faster than what everybody else thinks is because when PlayStation went and got Evo, they set themselves up to be the tournament kings, right? Tekken, Street Fighter, you already know that I got to play nice with PlayStation to have this fighting fan base there because this is what they put their money into. They put their money into Crunchyroll, they put their money into anime, but they put their money into Evo. And a lot of dudes was like, I don't understand why they're doing that. Well, what they want to do is be in a fighting hub. Everybody for years has been asking for Killer Instinct. This is the year that it pops in, but this is also the time that Microsoft is playing nice with them. And this is the same time that they decide to do this whole friend request thing or a platform invite. None of this stuff is done in a vacuum. All of this stuff is done with an absolute plan. And if we keep continuing to think that PlayStation, and they said they're trying to reach other platforms in different ways, not saying, oh, tomorrow you're going to see a PlayStation game on Xbox, even though you can play PlayStation games on Xbox through various ways, not traditional ways, not the ways that some dudes want, the simple way. But it's going to be a day where gaming is going to be agnostic in a way that, okay, this digital software, I purchased it in one place. This is what Xbox wants, whether y'all understand it or not. They want you to purchase this game from, let's say you go from the Microsoft. They all want all purchases from the Microsoft store. But that license has entitlements across all platforms where that game is released from Microsoft and is at. So if you purchase it from the Microsoft store and you play on PlayStation, they want you to be able to play there without buying it again. We're cutting out the middleman. You understand?
NetherRealms, Xbox should get NetherRealms to make Killer Instinct 2 and put it everywhere, including Switch 2.
Well, I want Killer Instinct versus Mortal Kombat. I had Killer Instinct versus DC. I want Killer Instinct versus Mortal Kombat. I've been waiting for that forever. They've been talking about it. So I want stuff like that to actually make it across the board. All right. This is the last topic I'm going to talk about today. And it's PlayStation 5 now is the definitive console for racing fans. If you're a Gran Turismo head, you'll probably say, well, I love Gran Turismo. I can't stand Forza. Maybe you didn't have access to Forza, but you're going to understand what greatness truly is when it hits that console. But Forza showing up over there kind of changes the opinion, because what we had before was we had Forza Motorsports going up against Forza Horizon. And the fan base usually split into two, and it was really, I don't really do that track racing stuff, and I'm really more of a casual driver. Oh, I love the track racing stuff. But now you're going to see a direct competitor go over to a PlayStation platform and dominate that platform in a way that I don't think that you've ever seen in your lifetime. And I think this is the metrics in which, when they said the floodgates are open, I think that happens because you're going to see Forza Horizon go over there and sell in a number. We're talking about a 4 or 5 year old game is going to sell like it just came out to a fan base that is starved for games, good quality games. That was probably one of the best racing games that dropped on Xbox, and we thought it was going to be Game of the Year, and it wasn't. That game is going to sell like hotcakes, and that brings us back to Gears of War collection. It's sitting on the ready to go. Does Forza, in y'all opinion, does Forza selling, let's say it sell 14 million. Let's say, I'm putting a stupid number out there that I don't think it can achieve. But let's say it do achieve that number. What?
Well,
I think everything goes.
Well, if it's 14 million, if Forza Horizon 5 sells 14 million on PlayStation for a game that's probably going to be delisted in the next 3-4 years, that's a good get. Because it's just going to build hype for Forza Horizon 6.
Yeah, but then Forza Horizon 6 is day and date. They're not going to lose that bag. But the question is, go ahead. What you was going to say?
They don't care. They don't care. The decision's already been made. I think everything, look, Phil said it so many times, man. It's no red lines. Listen, what we doing? Everything going, man. It's a free for all. It's a free for all, and I don't see them turning away from that.
Me neither. But is this the catalyst? Is Forza
The catalyst already been done.
catalyst.
I think it's already done. I don't think we need another catalyst. Catalyst gets things started. The train already moving.
Yeah, but I'm saying, okay. The train moving, right? But ain't nothing hitting numbers, right? Listen, they didn't even get Indiana Jones yet, so we don't even know what that smelled like over there yet, right?
Yeah, we don't care. We don't care.
Oh no,
though. Like,
I'm talking about. I know we don't care.
No, I'm saying they don't. I'm saying when I say we, I'm saying we, I'm saying them. They don't care. They don't care what it looked like over there. It don't care. As long as if it's 2, it's more than what they got.
Exactly, right?
They don't see the value. They don't see the value in keeping it exclusive. That's what I've been trying to tell everybody.
There is no value in keeping it exclusive.
Exactly. There's no value in keeping it exclusive. So they don't care if it sells 2 or 2 million. It don't matter. It's over there. It's over there. We throwing it over there, man. They said, man, y'all go. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Let me read this super chat. George Parcell, member for 13 months. I salute you for being with me for 13 months, soldier. That's right. X rank, the top rank right there. For me, it's about the value of Xbox game. Xbox gives me the best value. Much love, King. Blessings. Facts. They do give me the best value. They do reach back and say, listen, back and pat for a lot of people, it may not mean something to you. That platform may not mean something to you. I got a crap ton of 360 games upstairs that I go into every now and again. I just put it inside my Xbox and I play. Right? I just do it, and it's there.
I'm so upset that they don't have everything on that. I wish it was everything, but I know that's not. It's
not feasible. Yeah.
They don't have Street Fighter. They don't have Street Fighter 4 Ultra. I wish they had Ultra. They got Super.
I got it upstairs too. I got it upstairs too. But see, I also got a 360. So I got my Gears of War 360. But I had to keep my PlayStation 3 in order for me to play PlayStation 3 games. There are certain games that aren't available on the PlayStation because they were going to adapt the Nintendo's philosophy. Buy, and buy it again and keep buying it over and over. And that's what keeps Nintendo in business. I just played Mario RPG again for the first time since I played it on my Super Nintendo. But I brought it on my Super Nintendo. But I brought it again for my Switch to play the game that I played back then. But it got some more stuff in it. I ain't gonna lie. It was nice. It looked pretty. It prettied it up. But again, I brought the same stuff. I'm in this gaming thing to have new experiences. I'm in the gaming thing to meet new friends, have new experiences, have new frontiers, to have new audio sounds, new visuals, just the newness of it all. This is the reason why I don't like to listen to people inside my DMs telling me about what's coming up at shows, because I like to go into shows with the wonderment of what's about to happen next, because this is the only time. And listen, we work every day. I don't know about y'all college kids right now. Y'all going to get to that point where you're going to be working every day and you're going to find less and less time to game. And you want that to be as pure and clean as possible. Right? That's what you want. You want to sit down to a great experience on a piece of hardware that you like at a time where the headphones and the sound and everything working how you want it. That's what you're going to want. That's what you're going to be craving for. So when you see your dad and you come in and he has on his headphones and he's zoned out and he doesn't look at you, it's because he's been waiting for this moment all goddamn day. Leave him the hell alone. Let him get his piece of the pie right now, because it was a time where he had all day to game and he was able to do it 24 hours. And that's not there anymore. But what's there is this little slice of pie, this little slice of nirvana that he has with his console, no matter what console it is, and his game. We want quality games. And I think the quality in games have been lacking. But when we do get some good games, and I believe Forza Horizon is a damn good game, and I take my hat off to the PlayStation Nation that's actually going to get a chance to play it. But I want y'all dudes to run out and I want y'all to buy it in droves. I want 14 million sales. I want it to happen so I can ridicule you guys and laugh at you guys. Remember, this is Xbox Frontline News, where I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. But I know they want to keep Kong alive, and I know my black ass ain't going to get what I want. I know that. But at the end of the day, I know it's going to be a time where hardware is not going to be a thing. And I'm fearful for that day. I'm fearful.
Can I say something though?
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys are saying earlier.
No, go ahead, because I'm gonna read King James. King James. Hold on, let me take these shades off. King James,
Yeah.
313
Oh.
with the $5 super chat. When I say I mean them, everything is Xbox. He's already taken them. Microsoft is playing for the next generation. No, listen, Microsoft ain't playing for the next generation. There is no generation with them. That's what you're not understanding. There is no generation with them. PlayStation will have numbers, and you will separate your gaming library by your numbers. Xbox is just going to be Xbox, right? It's Game Pass. You're already in the next generation because when the games launch, it's going to launch inside Game Pass. No matter what, it's not going to change for you as an Xbox gamer. This is what y'all have to realize. Yeah, it's going to be a hardware. Who made the hardware? Did the Surface team make the hardware? Well, it's going to be a point where it's just going to be an Xbox. Did Lenovo make your Xbox? Your platform is going to be forever. And this is the reason why you got to listen to the words that these CEOs say, because I'm telling you this. They say it in your face. They're playing in your face, and you're not listening. This is the biggest technological leap that you've ever seen. How is that possible, babe? Let me know. Well, you've never seen nobody do this. Your whole library is going to go. She says she's future-proofing you. How the hell can you tell me that you're going to do that? By making sure that Game Pass platform never leaves. How do you keep what vampires do? Vampires keep the bodies hanging upside down in the back and drain them for every last drop of blood. They're not trying to take it all in one shot like a werewolf. That's Nintendo. Microsoft and them is like vampires. They're going to suck a little hair, come back a little bit later. Suck a little hair, come back a little bit later. They want you on that Game Pass. Pause. They want you. This is the reason why their consoles is digital. Did you not see it when it happened? When they put out an all digital act? I'm digital. I'm locked in. My legs are stuck. I'm locked. Like, see, what y'all don't understand is like the moment you said I'm gonna build my digital library, you were cooked. You're cooked. You're support. Yeah. And also, all these monkeys talking about, oh, I'm getting rid of my Xbox. No, you not. Who you getting rid of it to?
I'm even more cooked now when they're saying the games you own, you can play this with your ultimate. So I'm even more cooked.
That's you. Do you understand?
That's crazy.
So games that's not even in Game Pass that you purchase that you can play. Come on, man. They're making sure that you're not going a goddamn place. So all these dudes talk about, I'm leaving Xbox as far as it's going there. Yeah, damn liar. Give me your Xbox. Give me your player, your gamer tag. Give me your login. I'm going to log your ass out. You're never getting back in. I'm going to make sure that the Xbox goes to somebody less fortunate than you. But hold on. Let me read this Everborn super chat. Everborn Saga. That's my guy with the $5 super chat. The future of an Xbox platform is the move away from the bespoke hardware and evolve into an operating system. We need the Steam Deck experience on Windows. You already know that's happening. See, he's acting like he doesn't know that the next iteration of Windows, well, Windows 11 is going to have a piece of it. Windows 12 is going to have a complete Xbox in it. When you boot up your PC, it's going to be a little Xbox tab. You hit the Xbox, it's going to be an Xbox. And then you're going to say millions upon millions of PCs is going to turn into an Xbox overnight. And I know Steam people is going to say, I don't care about that. I'm like my Steam. When it becomes cost effective for all these games that they're going to be dropping, you got to let me know this. And I want to know if I'm an idiot here. I'm paying $20 a month, right? And you say that $20 a month, right? I got to mute you. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm paying $20 a month, and you got a game called like Doom that comes out for $80, right? But inside that same month that Doom comes out, 4 other high quality games is launched inside Game Pass. When does it make sense? When does it make sense that $80 really doesn't make no sense? Unless Game Pass isn't offered on your device, that's the only time it makes sense. But other than that, you're going to look over and say, and I see each and every last one of you PlayStation YouTubers capping now, oh, I'm going to get Game Pass. Yeah, you laugh and you say it jokingly to your fan base, seeing if they're going to disown your ass. But you know for a fact, like I know J-Dub, me and J-Dub cool as shit. I know he got a Game Pass. You know these dudes got Game Pass. So stop lying to your fan base. Don't do that. Let them know. Because you probably got a kid out there that's outside still gangbanging thinking it's a war. Ain't no war. I told dudes from a long time ago, I got everything PlayStation. I hate them. I want them to die. But I got them. And they think, why you hate them? Nah, I just don't like the fan base. I just think they toxic. But I like trolling them. And it's fun and it's easy to do because I think a lot of them is low IQ. That's all that is. Because they in my chat and they talking crap and I love them. I love them because
they have no IQ.
they show up. They show up. Hold on. Winter Soldier, my man, we're about to get back at it. Lack of global presence really butchered Xbox role. That part. If Microsoft was really serious about Xbox, they would have had that thing plastered around every corner of the earth. Satya only became serious about Xbox when he seen the growth potential and they outsold Windows. And he said, oh, whatever you need, let's make it happen. And then, we got to do something strange for some change. It happens. And it's up. But I appreciate each and every last one of you guys for coming out and hanging out with me today. I wanted to do something a little bit different. I think everybody needed to hear me have my real raw thoughts on what's going on at hand. And I tell dudes every day, I don't duck any fades, never have, never will. If y'all dudes thought I was going to sit here and really care that y'all paying $80 for an old game, no. But I know it's going to be a point in time when it's going to be date and date on a new game that I care about. But what I'm going to tell you, that same month that game came out, I got Game Pass and it was in there. And it's not for free because I actually pay for my Game Pass. I get sick and tired of people talking about a rental service. That means that you can't hold yourself down, that you're not responsible and you're fearful that you won't have the money that month to access your games. But I'm going to tell you this, if Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, or whoever decides to turn off those servers, you will not be able to access those games. If they decide to kick back those licenses, you will not be able to access those games. I do have Drive Club right here. That was one of my best racing games on my PlayStation. I cannot access that game because that game has been delisted and they didn't tell me a damn thing about it. So I am pissed off with it because I thought that was the best game on it. That was the game for me that was giving Forza a run for its money. That was the game because I like Ridge Racer. Hold on. Everborn Saga with the $10 super chat. Dudes talking like they are done with Xbox but already brought the console and still subscribe to Game Pass. I bet they will be the first ones to fold when the handheld drop. Listen, handheld's going to drop. People are going to run out and buy it. PlayStation, and this is, all right, so everybody trying to figure out why I say hashtag no PlayStation 6, right? I know what PlayStation wants to do. They want to put out a handheld with the power of the PlayStation 5. If they can put out a handheld with the power of the PlayStation 5 inside, with the upscaler. So y'all see the pisser in the box, right? Now imagine that pisser in the box is inside there and the game's running at probably 720 frames per second. Resolution. But they up-res it. What up, Bone Slave? That's my brother. That's my Cali dude. Bone Slave saved my life on some stuff. And it's right here, Bone Slave. Thank you. I'm going to watch the fight tonight. Oh, tonight, David Benavidez versus David Morrell. I'm going to be definitely live with that. I don't know, maybe on my other channel. If everybody go to Frontline Gaming Streams, sub there. I'll probably be live tonight with that fight. I can do it because that channel is not monetized. I could be over there acting stupid.
What time is the fight?
Tonight, probably like 11 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock. You'll see me go live. I'll put it on Twitter.
I'm watching Rumble tonight.
Yeah. Oh, you going to watch Rumble tonight?
Son.
Okay. So, oh man, hold on. Bone through me.
Man, you don't need to watch the first night of Rumble, man. You know that.
Oh yeah.
2 nights?
It's 2 nights of Rumble?
I thought it was
I think
one
it
night.
is. I thought it was 2.
One night.
I think it's 2. There's only one. All right, cool. I
One night.
Rumble is.
John
So
Cena
real,
coming
man.
back tonight.
Oh, y'all wallet,
Absolutely.
yo wallet. I might have to have a wrestle. I told dudes I wanted a wrestling conversation at lordsofgaming.net. So listen, if that PlayStation handheld comes out and it's a PlayStation 5 portable, not that portal crap. This is why I lost the bet to Tom Henderson, because I thought either Tom Henderson or Tom Warren, one of the two.
Tom Warren.
Yeah, I lost it to Tom Warren, right? All right, so I thought the handheld was going to have more in it than just a streaming. I thought it was going to have some type of hardware.
I thought that too.
All right, so it didn't. But they're working on a hardware. That hardware comes out. If from the rip, that thing is selling like gangbusters, and I believe it will. Why put research and development in the PlayStation 6? You don't need it. If that thing is dockable to the TV, if you're able to cast, and this is what I heard from a couple of people. Don't take this with a grain of salt. There's 2 machines coming out. I can't tell you which machines they are. 2 handheld machines that are coming out that you'll be able to cast straight to your TV, no wires. If you're able to do that with that device and they mitigate lag, everything is down, but you can still hook it up to the television, that turns into your de facto next console. And they have their marketplace on that device. Everything is completely digital. They get all their money completely digital now. I think they go there and they go for the juggler and they go to win. Because if they can get you that device for under $500, because you know the next console will be at least $700 plus. If they can get you that console for $499, $450, and they see the growth that Nintendo does with the Switch 2, I think honestly that internally kills the PlayStation 6. That's why I say hashtag no PlayStation 6, because I think these handhelds is going to be the devices to rule all devices. And I play my Switch on my television. I don't take off the little Joy-Cons. I have the advanced controller. I never touch my Switch. I don't touch my Steam Deck when my Steam Deck is hooked up to my TV. I don't touch my ROG when my ROG is hooked up to my TV. I have controllers to do that. So these devices are more than capable of giving you a console experience, but you're also able to walk past, pick them up, and take them where you want to go. But thank you guys for coming out, hanging out. Like I said, I'll probably go live today, and if I do, I'm going to go live later on Frontline Gaming Stream. I am going to probably jump into some video games right now on Frontline Gaming Stream, so go right over there and sub. But thank you for hanging out. Every last one of you guys, y'all all had the opportunity to jump inside the chat. These brave souls came in there, had the conversation with me, and I appreciate each last one of you dudes. If anything that y'all want to say to these people before y'all get out of here, let me know.
Oh, I'll say one thing. I'll say one thing.
Go ahead.
If Switch and PlayStation get Xbox games, at this point, I don't even mind. If it means I get more Xbox games I can play on my PC, give them all the games.
Sounds good to me.
I got one thing to say, man. I appreciate you, King. Man, I'm gonna try to play the Game Pass, man. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's what's up. That's what we out here for, baby.
Look at that Game Pass, brother.
Facts. Yo, I told Aaron, I said, you know you gotta give me money, right? He said, why? I said, I've been telling dudes to try to play the Game Pass, and they like, oh, for real though. Yeah, that's where the hustle is at. Try to play that Game Pass. I catch y'all later, man. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a blessed day.
I'm giving myself a shout out, yo.
Do it.
Follow me at Night